All right, welcome to my lesson for 12.4, using similar triangles. If you could get out your vocabulary packet, we just have one vocabulary word for you to add for it today, and that is indirect measurement. And it is using similar figures to find measurements when a measure is difficult to measure. And we kind of did this a little bit last chapter when we were talking about similar figures, but we're going to do a little bit more of it today. So the learning target we're trying to hit is I can use the angles to tell whether triangles are similar. I can use similar triangles to solve real life problems, and I can tell why two triangles are similar or not similar. So of course this lesson will take place on March 17th. So first up, when two angles in one triangle are congruent to two angles in another triangle, the third angles also have to be congruent and the triangles are similar. If two angles match up with two angles, well, because triangles always sum to 180 degrees, that means that all three angles have to match up. And that is the first thing we're going to be doing with example 1. We are going to tell whether the triangles are similar. So I see in this shape that, of course, the 43-degree angles are going to match up. And now, unfortunately, I don't see another one that could match up, but I'm going to have to solve for the missing angle by using what I know about triangles. So 180 minus 58 minus 43 means that this angle here has to be 79 degrees. And then if I look for y, if I do 180 minus 43 minus 59, I see that this angle here has to be 78. So unfortunately, those are not similar because they only have one congruent angle. And you need to have all three congruent in order for it to be a similar triangle. B, I see they both have 52 degrees that match up. Well, I want to see if I can find another angle that matches up. So 180 minus 52 minus 48 means that this angle here has to be 80. Well, then this one matches up with this one, so that means this angle here and this angle here have to match up as well. So I would say yes, the angles match up. All right, last example. So I see that these both have a 90-degree angle that matches up. I want to see if there's another angle that matches up. Well, I'm going to do 180 minus 90 minus 43, and I know that this angle here has to be 47. So of course that angle matches up with that one, and that means that this third angle here is also going to have to match up. So yes, they are similar because the angles match up. All right, you can pause the video and please try doing those two on your own. All right, to check your answers, of course, I see they both have a 28 that matches up, and I want to see if I can find another one. So I'm going to do 180 minus 28 minus 80. That leaves me for 72 here. So I'm thinking that these are not going to sum together. So if I check the other one, I see that this angle here is 81. So no, those angles do not match up. Only one angle matches up. Okay, number 2, I see the 90-degree angles match up. Then 180 minus 90 minus 66 means that this angle here has to be 24. A second angle matches up, and if you have two angles that match up, then the third one has to match up as well. So I would say yes, the angles match up. All right, now we're going to be using that indirect measurement to find missing measures of a measurement that's difficult to find. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you have to be consistent. You have to go from the congruent side to the congruent side when you are setting up your proportion. So example 2a says you plan to cross a river and want to know how far it is to the other side. You take measurements on your side of the river and make the drawing shown. Explain why triangle ABC and DEC are similar. Well, I can see that angle B here and angle E match up. And I also see that this angle here and this angle here would be vertical angles to each other, so they have to match up. And that means that this angle here and A and D also have to be congruent because you have two angles that match up, then that means all three have to match up. So I would say the angles match up. Now, because those angles match up, that means I can use a proportion to find this distance x here across the river. So if I look at my bigger triangle, I see that that measure x would correspond with 60 on the other triangle. And then if I went from x to 60, then I have to go 40 to 50 to set up my proportion. And then to solve that proportion, I of course do 60 times 40 divided by 50, and that means the measure across this lake would have to be 48 feet. Now that's not the only proportion I could use. I could of course have done 60 over 50, and that would have to equal x over 40, but if I use that proportion, I would still get the same measure of 48 feet as the distance across that river. You can pause the video and answer this one on your own. So similar to the last one, but a little bit of a different picture. It says, explain why a triangle ABC and DEC are similar. Well, I see that they have a 90-degree angle that matches up, and then at angle C, they have vertical angles that match up. So that means A and D have to match up as well. So I would say the angles match up. Okay, and then I want to see the measure of distance x across the river. So I'm going to say this x would match up with 50 on that triangle. 30 would have to match up with 40. So there is my proportion. So then to solve the proportion, 50 times 30 divided by 40 gives me the distance across the lake as 37.5 feet. Again, I could have done x over 30 and then 50 over 40 as another possibility for my proportion. All right, next up, example 3. It's going to help you if you actually draw a picture for this situation. So a mailbox that is 4 feet tall casts a 1.5 foot shadow on a sunny day. At the same time, a nearby pine tree casts a 9 foot long shadow. So I'm going to draw a really bad drawing, but I'm going to do the best I can. Don't judge me on my drawing. So we have a mailbox that is 4 feet tall, and it casts a shadow that is 1.5 feet long. At the same time, a pine tree, which I'm not quite sure what the height of it is, casts a 9 foot shadow. And you know you'd have the sun out here, and it would complete the similar triangles going through like that. So now I want to find what the height h is of the pine tree. Well, I can see that the height h of the pine tree is going to have to match up with the 4 feet of the mailbox. And then if I went from the pine tree, I'm going to do the 9 foot for the pine tree's height over the 1.5 foot of the distance of the shadow for the mailbox. So then I want to solve that proportion. So 9 times 4 divided by 1.5 means that that pine tree's height has to be 24 feet. You can pause the video and try doing this one on your own. So a building casts a 20-foot long shadow on a sunny day. At the same time, a stop sign that is 6 feet tall casts a 4-foot shadow. How tall is the building? Well, I drew my little diagram to show the difference, and I'm trying to find this height h of the building. Well, the height h of the building would have to match up with 6 feet of the sign, and then the 20-foot shadow of the building has to match up with the 4-foot shadow of the stop sign. So then 20 times 6 divided by 4 means the building has to be 30 feet tall. All right, you can open up bigideasmath.com and we can get started on that assignment together. It says, explain how you can use similar triangles to find the missing measurement. Well, I think it would be you would write a proportion that uses the missing measure because the proportions are the angles of the triangle are going to be similar or something similar to that is probably what you'd have to choose for that one. Question number 2 says select the triangle that does not belong with the other 3. And of course it would be this one. That triangle does not belong because the other 3 are all congruent triangles, or I could say similar triangles. because they have matching angle measures. And the last one, two triangles have two pairs of congruent angles. Explain why you do not need to find the measure of the third pair of angles to determine that they are congruent. Two pairs are congruent, so the pairs have the same measure. When you get the third, when you subtract from 180, you would get the third measure of the third angle would be the same. Remember, if you have any questions, please send me an email and I will try to answer your questions on the 12.4 lesson.